They'll start on the ground with Strong. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
Anytime a team goes on the road, there's always that little bit of fear that maybe they can be affected by the hometown crowd. But this is where game planning really came into play. They talked about it all week. Go in there, establish yourselves. Well, that run right there, that slows down the crowd and gives them a lot of confidence.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now back to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
This defense for the Broncos, they were quite formidable in the win over Philly a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win. But
this is intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. Takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Well, remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
2nd and 9 now. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Again, it's Williams. Room here to run. Past the 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle. If you bring your touchdown.
Tim Patrick with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Broncos go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point from McManus is good. And it's now 14-0.
after the touchdown. Here's McManus now to kick it away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
On the jump.
He'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got a man complete.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
And that is absolutely demoralizing for a defense, because you've got the offense on the ropes. It's third down. You're trying to get off the field, and then wham, you have a letdown in the secondary, and you give up a big one.
And he is going to lose yardage here.
And that throw, pretty impressive, and even 61 yards through the air.
Different story this time around. We had that huge gain, followed by a sizable loss here.
Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and 3rd and 8 now.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
They'll run with Strong.
And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there, because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
2nd and 4. He's got it. Touchdown, Patriots. From 4 yards out.
And the Patriots have got it back to within a score.
There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now a give up the middle to Williams. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great. because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
On third down,
Walsh. He'll go up top here for Hamler.
and got his man complete. Touchdown, Broncos. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they may be giving up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield.
Ready, break. Go check, go check.
Here's Strong to begin the drive.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Second and 11. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Normally, you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
He's going to look deep down the field.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Jake Bailey on now to punt here on fourth down.
He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
So for this offense, Charles, remember, drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
69 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 41. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. Touchdown! Jerry Judy, 41 yards. And the Broncos have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
McManus's point after is good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it first and 10. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw at all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defense a credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Here's Jake Bailey now.
He'll return it from the 6.
A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back.
And out will come the offense as they take over. Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Adrian Amos with a pick.
Ooh, with a juke. And the Patriots are going to take possession of the football.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
Here we go.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
They'll look to throw.
That's swung out wide to Harris.
Touchdown, Patriots. Damian Harris, a 15-yard touchdown grab.
And the Patriots get a bit closer. Well, forget about the weapons out wide. He knows he's got another weapon in the backfield of the passing game, Charles, and he utilized him perfectly on that play.
And the offense coordinator showed me something on that play, Brandon, because so often during a game, our cameras find them looking down at their play sheets, and you wonder if they're absorbing anything. He had something specific in mind, and he went to it, and it worked well.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Juwan Bentley. And the Pats force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. They'll look to throw here. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, the first two drives yielded touchdowns, so there's no reason for them to feel like they have to pull back on the reins. They pushed it downfield, looking for another one right there. Didn't get it, but we know they're going to continue to be bold.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal, because just a few plays ago, it looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. So we're at halftime here in Denver with the Broncos leading this one. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. Looking to throw. Walsh. Over the middle, complete to Judy. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
To throw on second down, Walsh.
Right back to Judy, and it's complete.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots 30. That's good for 28 yards. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Adrian Amos with a pick.
And the Patriots force the turnover, and they'll take over at the 10.
So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll set up to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Only able to gain a couple there. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
Finding strong underneath. And he will have a Patriots first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the 2nd half.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. He'll drop to throw. It's brought in by Harris. And he's able to get up here to the 26. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
Throwing to start the drive. Walsh. He'll get this one to Patrick. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown.
Albert Okwuegbunam.
A 5-yard touchdown.
And the Broncos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead is up to 18 now. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
He will will return this from deep in the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result had he opted for the touchback.
The Pats at the line, ready to go.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
They'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. His second catch, and this one not nearly as electrifying as his first. And it'll bring up 3rd down now.
Hold me ready.
Back to throw here. Trying to lay one up deep. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed.
The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes.
Christian Barmore getting in there to drop him.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Walsh. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And all the way home for the Broncos score. Cortland Sutton, 48 yards.
And the Broncos are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter.
McManus's point after is good, and they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on E! Now McManus on to kick this one off.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Pats at the line, ready to go.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
He's got a man complete.
And he's going to be knocked out of bounds all the way down at the 40-yard line.
A big play there for New England. 46 yards. They go play action here on 1st down.
This one swung outside to Strong.
The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
This a 2nd and 7 from the 37.
19-18.
On 2nd down, the run was Strong.
And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
Well, so far, this game has gone the way the defensive coordinator had hoped. They've dictated things, and they've not let them run the ball very well at all. They gave up a nice game there. I doubt it'll back off their confidence. They've played so well throughout this entire game.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. He'll look to throw. Smith catches left side. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And incomplete on the deep ball.
In a game that hasn't gone your way, you've got to throw in the end zone at every opportunity and hopefully climb back in as much as possible. He put way too much on that throw, though, and that shot ends up with nothing.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. On play action, they'll throw. Throw left side complete. That's Smith. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Jonnu Smith, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Patriots are able to cut into that deficit.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And that'll cut the lead down now to 18. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. But they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. To throw on 3rd down, Walsh. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era when we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Always got some. And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way home for a Bronco score.
I know I should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero that just scored, but tackling's been an issue for this defense all game long. I can't set that aside. We just saw it again here. Missed tackles leads to his long touchdown run.
Extra point from McManus is good. And they open the lead up now to 25. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Pats at the line, ready to go.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the and
that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown. A big play there. 77 yards. And the Patriots are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
To throw on 2nd down, Walsh. And his throw here's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 21. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown, Broncos. A great play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Broncos are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. McManus's point after is good. And they open the lead up now to 25. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
And this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The Pats at the line, ready to go.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 35. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game.
Okay,
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. He'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
ready.
2nd and 4.
Hawk 70. Ready.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right. Going right side here, and that's complete.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Warrior 70.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
And the Broncos come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Well, Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Denver, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, the struggles intensify as they drop to 2-6 now on the year. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington.